we're going to be diving deep into the top 5 absolute meta weapons, plus one completely broken one. These aren't just strong guns, they're unfair and overpowered. Qualifiers, they're in desperate need of a nerf. I've used the data from the research community, most notably Stats on Duty, and they did develop a tier for ranking guns. There's a 0.5, and that's what we're talking about tonight, the absolute meta. It needs a nerf. And then one is just the meta. And there are about 15 guns that are ranked meta guns. But because of these 5 guns, you don't really see too much of them. Below that, 1.5 is a borderline meta. So they're the guns I generally tend to prefer. So, who said USS-9? Yes, that is the first gun we're going to talk about. It's obviously the USS-9, and actually, to be honest, you could have 10 loadouts plus your trial with just the USS-9. That's how good it is. This SMG is the reason why there is, spoiler alert, absolutely no regular assault rifles in the absolute meta. You don't need anything else. This gun can play all maps, all modes. It's so versatile. It is the king of versatility. This is the gunsmith. These gunsmiths tonight, for consistency, all come from Stats on Duty, which is associated with Path CODm. The USS is a top tier SMG with insane time to kill, AR-like stability, and range, while still having SMG mobility. It's so insane that it can outperform many ARs in their effective ranges, making it currently the most broken SMG. And this optimal build pushed the USS to its top performance, especially with the rounds we're using, increasing the 3-shot kill consistency and range. Freaking amazing. For the next gun, let's talk about the Man of War. Yeah, well, it's broken for score streaks. It takes them down in a matter of seconds. No absolute need at all to ever run a rocket launcher. The Man of War is a top tier AR and MP, specifically with a Thermite ammo. Just like the Jak-12's Dragon Breath rounds, Man of War's Thermite ammo also does continuous burning damage as fast ticks. Although the burning damage can be reduced by Flak Jacket and Dauntless. It has the ability to 2-tap on the body at any range due to the afterburn damage, and is the best primary weapon for taking down score streaks, being able to 1-mag even big score streaks. The burning damage is not affected by damage drop-offs, so it is somewhat consistent time to kill. Our build focuses on movement flexibility since the burning damage isn't affected by range, making range boosting attachments ineffective. The main downside of this weapon is that it doesn't do well in direct engagement since you have to wait for the afterburn to take its toll. Thermite ammo to enable burning damage, light suppressor for concealment, range is not an issue with the light suppressor's loss of range. MIP light barrel short, and YKM light stock for fast radius, speed and overall mobility because it is a little bit sluggish otherwise, and grand grip to improve ADS bullet spread. See how it destroyed an entire team? Sheesh. Okay, here's the next gun, the Type 63. Type 63 is a top tier DMR that is both statistically and practically superior to the SKS. Got him. While its base stats are a mix of better and worse than the SKS, benefits from the Black Ops gunsmith system, allowing for superior performance after build, particularly in fire rate, ADS speed, mobility, and hit flinch. It also boasts a bullet speed of 950 ms, effectively making it hit scan up to 16.15 meters, which suits an aggressive playstyle. Our build prioritizes mobility and damage consistency to enhance its aggressive potential, achieving AR-like mobility and consistent 2-shot kill with 156.4 ms time to kill at any range, as long as shots land accurately and avoid the legs. And here's the loadout. So we have the gunsmith, we have the silencer, obviously for concealment. We have the strike team barrel on. This gives us consistent time to kill and a faster fire rate. Those body part damage multipliers do count for something. We got the duster pad, sprint speed, and the bruiser grip, sprint speed and movement for faster mobility than the SKS for sure. And the airborne to increase ADS speed and reduce hit flinch. Minus 50, yeah, I don't need toughness on. I can just rock the ghost. Fourth gun on the list is the LW3 Tundra. It was the most recently introduced sniper, and it has gone straight to the top of the sniper list ever since. And it needs a nerf, and it's 0.5 on its own right against other guns. Now, because most of the content creators aren't S&D players, and they don't face the problem that we as S&D players do, is 5 stacks, all using snipers, and they're only using the Tundra. Why nothing else? Because it's the best sniper. Snipers in general are problematic for game development. It's really hard to introduce a sniper into a game and balance it. Really hard. If you're really good with this gun, you can blank scope right up close. You don't need anything else but something to change to, through to boost your mobility. Yep, this is the loadout. Tech suppressor, so it impacts the bullet speed a little bit, but we don't want to impact the range. Tiger team, bringing up that bullet speed and fire control, and the body part multiplier. We do have FMJ on. Serpent wrap, ADS time, 7 rounds. Yeah, I mean, it's basically the one-shot king of S&D right there. The final gun is the CX-9, specifically the burst weapon variant of it. The one that doesn't use this and just uses a 50-round drum, that's just an average gun, an average SMG, compared to the rest of the meta. This one here, this turns it into a shotgun, basically. It is the shotgun of SMGs. And when we talk about this absolute meta as being just absolutely dominating and in need of a nerf, I'm not sure that this one does. The reason is there is a skill cap on this one. Yeah, I did get quite a few kills with this, but I also missed a lot of shots and I ran out of my ammo quickly because you only have 12 rounds. I have seen people like Jokester use this build out in S&D, beautiful, and absolutely slay with it. You would need to spend a bit of time getting skilled at this. You need to be accurate. Trigger discipline needs to be spot on. Does work really well with other guns, specifically the snipers. So it's got a really, really fast movement speed with, it's got a +4 movement speed on that attachment. I think, is there other movement? There's movement speed boosts here, movement speed boosts here recently, but it didn't do enough. Actually, yeah, it did get a nerf. It got a slight movement nerf, but it didn't really do much to it. It did not change the gunsmith. This is the gunsmith. It has to have this on. It's probably even harder than a sniper because the range, it doesn't have the range of a sniper does. So you have to play within your close quarters. If they nerfed this a bit more, it would actually be the damage profile. If it didn't kill quite so fast, then that would be a deal breaker. You would never use this. It would be a piece of dog turd. And yeah, because it goes through the bullets quickly. You can use Vulture if you're trying to use this in respawns. Probably better in S&D, but works really well. It works best as a secondary with Overkill perk. You can add that on to, I had it on the Type 63 as well. It's just a get out of jail card in your pocket, basically, to pull out in desperation and start hip firing or ADSing. But there is one more weapon that is in broken territory. Can you guess what it is? It's a trick question. It's not actually one of the primary weapons. Oh, come on, guy. Yes! My martyrdom got him. It's a perk. It's martyrdom. Technically a weapon, right? It's a grenade. Drops a live grenade on death. It's this thing here. This thing, I never used it before. I rarely died to it. And then last season, they gave it a buff of 2 seconds detonation time. And even that didn't bother me. But when I heard it was going to 1 second, I was like, uh-oh. And now, if you're playing S&D and you're not using this and getting free kills with it, I think I was watching Jokester yesterday and he was spectating a teammate who, maybe it was him that was doing it. He was trying to defuse. The last player on the other side was playing a bit of distraction to stop him from doing that. And then they ran out in pure martyrdom style, died, but their martyrdom went off and prevented the defuse, so they lost that round. And everybody's spamming that perk since the buff. Yep, exactly. So this is actually, I would say, in broken territory now. This is not a 0.5. Yes, it needs a nerf, but this is broken and needs an immediate nerf. So if the devs leave this sitting here for too much longer, then what the hell, dudes? Click here. I've got a video that I put out just this week talking about why they brought this in. But essentially, think about it from their perspective and what it seeks to achieve. Sometimes they buff things just because perks that we never use. Any one of these, Overclock got a buff recently, but again, we're talking about not enough to make people use them heaps. This is a no-brainer. If you're not using this in S&D especially, but also in any of the respawns, you're giving up free kills. To counter it, you need to use Flak Jacket. Doesn't work though if you've taken damage, and in conjunction with Flak Jacket, you need to utilize quick fix as well. So if you manage to kill the player and they drop that and you've taken some damage, maybe you won't die. You might die if they've got Demolition Expert on. But that's it. That's technically an extra free weapon. Now, if you want to be really smart and just abuse the absolute meta with Overkill, create loadouts that combine them. The intent is, yeah, USS, probably the best gun in the game. It's noob friendly. Everybody can use it. All the pros use it. Oh, and just a little extra thing on the USS 9, a little tip I forgot to mention. Base version has, it is believed to have had increased Aim assist. So this is why you'll see all the former pro players who are content creators who have all the mythics and stuff, but they still use this one when they're playing because it's just extra sticky. So utilize the base version there. You can combine, here we go, CX9 for movement with US S9, bit of a safety net, and martyrdom. 63 with a CX9 could be the USS. Tundra, absolutely, probably the Uzi there as well. CX9 if you still want the movement speed. Okay, so let me know what your thoughts are. That's through the research community, so it's not like I'm just going through and making this of my personal opinion. I'm leveraging the testing that they do, the expert opinion. Some of them are advisors for professional teams. Some of them are advisors for content creators. Some of them have their own channels and so on. I spent a bit of time gathering data, matching it up because they don't actually have it in a handy cloud location at the moment. But that is the 0.5, the absolute meta. When we talk about meta, these guns are above all of that. So let us know if you think there's anything that should be on this list as well that needs a nerf, that is unfair. Also, if you want to know what is actually in the meta, like if these guns didn't exist or they got a significant nerf to bring them down, what they would be then fairly competing against. Let me know about that, and maybe I'll do something about that in the future as well. Got to say, there are a lot of guns in Tier 1, the actual meta. If you want to know what the worst guns are, I can look at them as well, and maybe even play with them and lose rank sanity.
I think the best YouTuber in the world has to be HissingThoughts.